Hey everyone, thanks for joining me. This is Eddie Campos with Remax Preferred Associates, and this is Coffee with Eddie. My special guest today is the new CEO of TARTA, Laura Koprowski. There's a big levy on the ballots this year for TARTA. Can you tell me why it's so important?
Oh, absolutely, Eddie. So issue 12, what that is going to do is to provide more local funding and more service for this community. So first of all, it's going to be actually a tax savings. It will repeal TARTA's current 2 property taxes and replace it with a much more affordable 0.5% sales tax. And that's really more fair too. Everyone will be paying into having great transit in this community. The second that is so important is to expand our service. Right now, we can only offer service in 7 communities. So a good part of Lucas County is left out. Pretty big places like Springfield, Holland. So now when issue 12 passes, we'll be able to provide service to all those residents. And that's going to be just a game changer. I think of people like Nathan Turner, who I've gotten to know. Nathan lives in Springfield Township. He has a disability, but he has immense involvement in the community. He has a part-time job. He needs to get to places. And right now, Nathan has to only rely on friends or private transportation providers.
Makes it difficult to be able to be employed.
It does, and to be an active member of the community. We've also heard of older adults who are also located in these areas without TARTA or without TARPs. And rather than paying, say, for our paratransit service, $2.50 one way, they're paying $2.50 per mile. Now, that just doesn't seem fair on seniors on fixed income. And really, it's something to think about. Today, you may say, you know, I'm doing well, I'm healthy, or my parent is, but you never know how your situation will change. And TARTA and TARPs are here.
So, regarding seniors, there becomes an age somewhere, it's kind of a floating target where seniors can't drive anymore, but they still may want to be an active part of the community. They still may want to work. They want to stay busy. They don't want to sit in a lazy boy. So it's important for them to be able to have affordable transportation to get around the city.
Oh, absolutely. We want them to have independence, age in place. I know my own mother-in-law, she is in her 70s, has no immediate plans to ever leave her home. And if they have the proper, safe transportation options, they don't need to.
So one of the reasons this intrigued me is today there's a huge shortage of people in the workforce. You can throw a rock and hit a help wanted sign. If somebody's living in West Toledo and there's an opportunity in Springfield, they can't get there. If they live in Springfield and want to get to Perrysburg, they can't get there. So this is a way to be able to also help the community improve the help wanted situation that we have.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, public transit is so integral to our economy and getting people to jobs. We proven that with our 10L route that goes from downtown Toledo out to the Amazon facility in Rossford, and there's not a week that goes by that we don't have employers contacting us. What issue 12 will also do is be able to provide service on Sunday, because a lot of these jobs don't start, they need to work on Sunday. And when we were working with Amazon, they just assumed we operated on Sunday. We don't. That's also impacted us providing service to the Solheim Cup. You know, one of their biggest days was Sunday. We don't operate. You know, every other major metro area in Ohio and even Ann Arbor operates on Sunday. And I think Lucas County, Rossford residents, they deserve a transit system. Our businesses deserve a transit system and need one that operates 7 days a week, just for that fact, Eddie, that people need to get to jobs. And this is one less barrier.
Yeah, it's hard enough to run a business today, let alone having a shortage of people to be able to help service, your service or the product you're trying to sell. So to recap, this is issue 12. And just to remind myself, it sounds like you guys are being able to provide more, but you're asking for less.
Right. I know it's an interesting concept, right? Because there's a limited amount of property owners, but sales tax will actually generate $32 million. And it's not just our residents, it's those visitors who come in for Solheim Cup, Jeep Fest. And Yeah, that's why the other 5 metro areas fund their transit system this way. We can do more with a less burdensome tax
Sure.
on our residents. So with the sales tax, it's never applied to food, medicine, and critical items like eyeglasses, contacts. So that's really important to know, that it is a fair tax to our residents.
Well, if you'd remind everyone, issue 12, what is it for, and when do we have to show up to vote?
Yes. Issue 12, vote yes on November 2nd. What it will do is lower your taxes, implement a 0.5% sales tax, as well as expand service throughout Lucas County, continue the service in Rossford, and we'll be really excited to provide more service to this region.
Well, Laura, I think it's a very important issue. Thank you very much for being here
you.
today. Guys, thanks for joining me with Coffee with Eddie. Issue 12, November 2nd. This is very important to our community. It's to help get people back to work. It's offering more services. This is fantastic for Lucas County and the surrounding areas. Please show up to vote on November 2nd.